My name's Tim, Recovery Coach Tim. This short video pertains to one of the sheets that I ask people that I work with to fill out on a daily basis. It really has to do with understanding your opinion of yourself. It's kind of borrowed from the AA Recovery book. It has to be taking what they call a daily moral inventory. I call it a moral inventory, but what it really is what is your opinion about yourself in the various categories. So if you could download off of my website a copy of the sheet called Moral Inventory. This is what it is. But this has some categories on it that the way I like to look at things is the spiritual angle that we're trying to work on isn't necessarily one that someone outside of you or someone else in the universe has all the answers. The real question is, what are your answers? So my style or my attitude towards that is all I can do is ask you the right questions, and then what your answer is, if you're safe, and then you can be a little bit honest, rigorously honest we hope, but a little bit honest anyway, and tell me how you answer that question. So if I ask you these questions on a regular basis, we'll be able to understand really what is your spiritual attitude towards these questions. And of course, that gives us a basis for the things that we may need to work on. I believe that our attitudes, our personalities are set basically from our experiences in the first 4, 5, 6 years of our life. Most people that study human beings think that a personality is established or set, or your attitude towards life is set by the time you're 5 or 6 years old. And with that, though, we've got to ask you some questions about how you feel about that. So what this is a handy chart that I recommend we look at every single day. And what this does is that it gives us two comparisons. On one side of the chart, we actually call liabilities. These are the items that most people would agree. These are the items that you probably not like to be identified with or opinionated. On the other side of the chart are your assets. Obviously, the balance or somewhere in between is where that would be. So I have you from 1 to 10 to fill out every day. Where are you right now regarding that? And of course, it has pretty obvious comparisons. On the liability side, it would have dishonesty, and of course on the asset side, it would have honesty. And we have those things. But we also go into some areas that maybe you don't look at so often. Obviously, one of the sides, self-pity, feeling sorry for yourself, we talk about on your pity committee. And on the other side, we would call that, your asset would be self-forgetfulness, meaning that you can focus on, listen to, think about other people. Humility is one that we would strive for. Self-justification, meaning what people think of you is more important than anything. I like to say that the comparison is what other people think of you is none of your business. What you think of you is all of your business. So that's where I think that comes from. We often have patience on the asset side and impatience on the liability side. But the real skill for this is to not necessarily have the answers and not necessarily wanting them to be accurate. It's on a relative sense. How do you feel about yourself right now? Where are you on that balance? So fill that out every day. Ask those questions every day. You'll be surprised how quickly you will start realizing and focusing on the things that you want to be. I think the most powerful thing in the universe that can change a personality or change somebody's skill is basically free will, your choice. Every moment of every day you can choose what kind of a person you want to be. That's what I do. I think it's worked for me. It's helped me a lot because, like I said, when I came into AA, I felt like a defect looking for character. There was hardly anything that I felt that I did very well at. I'm sure that wasn't the case, but that's exactly how I felt. So what I've done over time and over a daily reprieve, so to speak, every day, I make a decision of what kind of man I want to be, and I have to see the categories that I want to be, so I can see my progress, see my trends, see my in this essence, my moral inventory. Take it every day. Obviously, I don't use it to shame somebody or make somebody guilty. It's just basically something to work on. You'd be surprised how many times people just need permission to change and permission to make the decision to change their personality. And of course, we believe that you can't think your way into proper acting. You have to act your way into proper thinking. So this gives you a daily evaluation of how you're doing, and specifically, what is your attitude towards yourself. Very, very important that we learn how to identify that. So this moral inventory is a mechanism for doing that on a regular basis.